So just doing an observation here with Craig Ormston. Introduce yourself, Craig.
Hi, my name's Craig Ormston.
Right, talk me through the project that you were asked to do here.
So this was a Tynemouth pool project. Did this for a local project sort of thing.
So talk me through what you were asked to do and that kind of thing, so what it shows.
Okay, so this is an old pool that was around a few years ago, so they want to revamp the whole site, so they've asked us to do a concept for what it would look like.
Okay. So how do you start to create an image like this?
Would use a I would get the sort of blueprints for the site off them through a program called AutoCAD. Then we'd take it into 3ds Max and model it.
Okay.
Then we'd render out the images in Photoshop.
So where do you get so talk me through the kind of layers, because it looks quite simple, doesn't it, something like this, but it's actually quite complicated.
Yeah, so we've got like a folder for all the render sort of layers, where if I turn that off you'll see all of the stuff in the foreground. So you have like different brightnesses and adjustments where you do on the layer. But yeah, and then there's the just stuff in the foreground, so you've got like inflatables which are in the bottom right hand corner, froth for the pool and the air jets, then you'd have like one for people as well, then any additional sort of adjustments on top of that you would put towards the top of the file.
So these are all still image renders, aren't they?
Yeah.
What type of files are they that you bring in? So say for instance the people, what files are they that you bring in?
Generally just JPEGs and stuff like that. The actual image itself is a TIFF, so would export that from 3ds Max.
Why do you use TIFFs over, say for instance maybe a JPEG?
I think it's because it comes out a lot more sharper.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about, so you've deleted a layer in the background there. Where would you get that? So it's of the hills, wasn't it, of Tynemouth?
Yeah.
So where did you get those images from?
Pete actually took them on his camera, so
Okay.
he actually went to the site and took it.
So it's done as part of the company takes those sites.
Yeah.
If you couldn't get a picture taken, where would you maybe get those assets from?
Maybe the actual company who assigned the project might give us an image, or we could generally just get one off the web.
What's important to remember when getting images off the web?
That we're not stealing anyone else's images without permission.
Yeah. But it's fine when you use your own, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, would you be able to show me how you would crop an image like this?
Yeah. So what we do is we'd have these two black boxes for like cropping the image. First of all, we'd just create a new layer. Then we'd get just basic rectangles, just give it a black. So we'd basically just draw around what we want to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
So say if we wanted to get rid of them, I'd then merge these together and then create make them a rasterized layer. Then I can select the crop that we've got here. So you control click on the image there. So if you wanted the image out of the actual crop, you would press Control Shift I to invert it so it gets the actual screen. Then you would go to edit and then copy merged. Then you go to the top, create a new layer and just paste it in. So you'd get, and it looks a bit weird, but it's essentially what you get. So you get a cropped image there.
Okay. That's quite a smart way of doing it. There is quite a simpler way, isn't there?
Yeah. So you could just simply go to this tool here, which is the selection tool, and you can just sort of do that and just control and paste. So you get that crop there.
Yeah. Okay. How about any technical areas, say with colour or lighting? So say, for instance, that image of the background, maybe it was a bit dark.
Okay, so if you wanted to make stuff a bit brighter, you can just trying to find that layer.
Remember not to save this.
So I've got that there. So I just turn these off on top of the layer. See if it was too dark, you would then go to this here, which is brings up a menu, and you can click on brightness and contrast. So you can then brighten up the image to how you want it, or you can turn the contrast up and down. You can also add a hue and saturation. So if you desaturate an image, it will make it sort of less vibrant.
Yeah.
Or if you saturate it, it will bring out the colours more.
Yeah.
Same with the lightness as well, would just make it brighter or darker.
What's the kind of style for this? What do you want it to look desaturated, or do you want it to look vibrant?
I think it would probably be like sort of less saturated. You want it to be more realistic. So
Okay.
realistic lighting, it's not going to be, really bright colours. It's going to be quite saturated.
Desaturated.
Yeah, desaturated. Sorry.
Why is that then? Just to make it look realistic, so people can really see.
Yeah, exactly what it would look like. So.
Still looks quite colourful though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you get the images of the people?
You can buy them. So we have a library full of people essentially, and you copy them out and add them in.
And that's all done through 3D Max.
You can do it through Photoshop. So you would just render out a layer where you can measure how high the person is, and then you just resize the person in Photoshop.
Okay. So you finished your image. Well, you feel like you have. What are the steps you need to make sure that you do to export it?
Okay, so you need to make sure everything's sort of cropped out. So the way that we would do it is, before we'd even think about, saving the file, is we'd get the the cropped layer. So if we do that's not working. Can we do that again? Sorry.
No, it's alright, keep going.
Okay. So essentially we'd pop this out and add it into a new file, then we'd save it out. So if we were to export it, it would be just save as. So then we'd find where to save it.
If you're sending it to, say, the client, what sort of image would you save as?
Probably a JPEG, because it compresses the actual file, so it's suitable for email or uploading it onto a site.
How about if it was going to go... Do these usually go to print then?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, just interesting. And final thing would be to add metadata to the, so you could say describe the image and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, it's so you would go there. So it's file info.
Yeah.
And you can add sort of titles for the document, and you can write down the author, so it would be in the description of the actual image. You can then rate it as well.
Why is it important to make sure that you put data like this in?
So that websites can pick up on who created the image for copyright and such. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, fantastic.